Good morning, and welcome to your Saturday morning escape. The coffee's hot, the ocean is waking up, and somewhere out there, another perfect day at sea is beginning. This is the Morning After Show with Kat and Matt, your Saturday morning place for cruise talk, smart cruising, and a little inspiration for wherever your next getaway may take you. So settle in. Around here, we keep it relaxed, we keep it real, and we help you cruise smarter, not harder. Coming up this morning, cruise news, travel tips, ships, ports, deals, and mistakes to avoid. And a look ahead at upcoming Cat and Matt hosted adventures. Big ships, beautiful ports, good people, and the kind of memories that stay with you long after you get home. So grab your coffee, get comfortable.
Good morning.
What do you think of our lounge? I know it's not the Sea Wave Lounge, but
I like it. We all need a place to go morning after. We've had those. So, this is, I like it.
Mine's not quite as risque. Mine's just Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
But when you tip it over, it's too full. You can see her bottom through the hole.
It's kind of hot. I'm not going to.
I love all the mugs here at the morning after lounge.
I do. Well, for me, we were at the USS Midway, right? So we got to go and I got to be in a simulator, a Top Gun simulator. And oh my goodness, I was like, it was amazing. But I did. Yeah. Talk to me, Goose. That she kept saying it as them sitting outside. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose. And I'm like, baby, you are wonderful at this moment.
I would have been geeking out. That's great.
So seriously, I just wanted to thank you for coming on. Yes, I was talking with Kat about this for a couple of days, and I've been nervous about this show. I was really nervous when we did Eddie and Alice, and even more so with you. I'm like, oh my God, it's Captain Controversy. What in the world am I going to say to this guy? She's been literally talking me down. I'm gonna fanboy the whole time I'm here. I'm gonna choke up, and she's let's just relax.
To him on a regular
just
basis.
relax.
Okay.
Be calm. You're gonna be all right. And I'm like, no, this is a serious interview. I there's stuff we got to know about Scott.
I've seen about Mr. Scott and heard. I don't think he's all that serious.
Well,
I really do appreciate it, guys. That's really kind words. But I will tell you, and everybody knows, I'm probably one of the most approachable guys on this platform and off of this platform too. I am constantly chatting with the entire community about YouTube, about cruises, about other things. So anything that you guys have to say, please send me a text message, send me a DM, any way that you want to, because the growth of yourself, right, is through communication. And I'm one that I just love to talk to people, and I love to help other people grow and understand things and just talk. So yeah, I'm definitely up for this interview.
Wonderful. I promise I won't be too nervous, but yes. All right. So I do have a quick little video I want to share with pretty much everybody. Because it is the 4th of July, and I'm not going to lie, I got to get my my interview hat on, because again, I got to calm down. And happy 4th of July, guys. On a serious note, because this is a serious show this morning, right? This is serious show. All right, let's meet Scott. Okay, so here's my first question: if YouTube disappeared tomorrow, who is Scott on Monday morning?
Who is Scott on Monday morning? That is a great question. Scott on a Monday morning. Well, Scott every morning is someone who goes out into the world with positivity and radiates his energy to others. I realized I have this superpower of bringing people together for no reason at all. I have done it multiple times in my life. I actually thought people were crazy when they told me when I was 16, 17, 18, yeah, you're nuts, right? But as I grew older, and now that I'm coming into almost my 40s, but my late 30s, I'm understanding this power of connection. And for some reason or another, I happen to love bringing people together through communication, through bonding, and through just being positive and being what human beings should be and humankind should be. So that's who Scott wakes up every day, whether it's Monday morning, whether YouTube's here, whether his fridge is full, whether it doesn't matter, right? That is who Scott is at the root of everything in his
I love
core.
that. Yeah, and that's what makes it real, right? So, what keeps you busy outside of YouTube? What is Scott all about outside of YouTube? So, what keeps you busy outside YouTube and
Oh, yes.
cruising?
Yes. Well, definitely family, friends. I have friends that I have gone to elementary school with, that I've gone to college with, that I'm still in fantasy football group chats with. I have friends that I lived on Long Island with, that I've lived here with, that I used to play baseball with, that I don't play anymore. So I keep myself busy with, obviously, life, obviously working and things like that. But I also fill my time with people that reciprocate that same energy, right? Because listen, the phone, as you get older, works both ways, right? Whether it's text messages, whether it's phone calls, let's be real, it takes 10 seconds, right, to send a text message to somebody that you haven't in a really long time. Let me give you a perfect example. Okay, perfect example. A lot of Mona. Okay, Mona Lemonhead, our Mossy 777. Okay, she is a cruiser, right? She is definitely a cruiser, always been a cruiser. But I had met Mona from a fitness influencer that I used to work for here in Scottsdale. Actually, one of the reason why I moved here. But she actually migrated over to the cruising community after she figured out that I was making cruising content and I was no longer with that cruise person. I always kept in contact with. There's probably 5 or 6 people from that cruise community that I keep in contact with. From that fitness community, excuse me, that I keep in contact with. Some of them have come over to the cruise community. Some of them I just talk to. But those are the type of people that I fill my time with. People that show you the same energy, even though there's life and things going on. Hey, man, just making sure you're okay. Hey, haven't heard from you in a really long time, Brian. Hope the kids, hope everybody's great, right? And that is what I fill my time with. The people that want to fill their time
With you.
correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely. So, what is the one thing people assume about you that is completely wrong?
Ooh.
I thought about these questions for a while. I'm going to let you know. It was like,
All the people that think I hit curbs, I definitely hit curbs. So you are 100% right on that. But what is something?
bad driver. All right.
Let's see. Man, what do y'all assume about me? I'm thinking of that reel. If you guys have seen that reel, what would be the one thing you would change about yourself other than the obvious? Well, what's the obvious? What's everyone saying? That's like the joke.
Yeah, it's like
That's the joke.
I'm gonna wonder what people are saying after this interview. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. So I have one.
All right.
Because you guys see a lot of the entertainment side of myself and how funny I am and how outgoing I am. I am an Aries, male Aries, right? So at the core of me, right, I am semi-stubborn, but very emotionally emotional, right? So I kind of sometimes I bottle it in, but I feel a lot of things, but I don't often show them. Okay. So I think that a lot of people assume like, oh, this like person that doesn't really show emotion. But yes, that's really kind of what I'm trying to say. Like I am sensitive.
You're a sensitive guy. We get that. I'm a sensitive guy.
But have to also learn too. I'm also learning like sensitive is good, but you also like getting into like, your 30s and your 40s, you got to be a man too. There's a man, you got to be a man. You want to be a man, you got to be a man, kill the bug, kill the
Absolutely.
You got to be a man. But at the same time, like, I am sensitive.
You got to kill a bug.
A bug?
Yeah, you got to kill the bugs.
Kill the bug.
Right?
And I think people assume maybe like I'm not sensitive and like, oh, Scott's sensitive, but I am.
All right. So, for our audience, when did you realize your personality is, your personality?
Ooh, probably. Oh, okay. So if I really had to think about this, okay, probably in the summer camp of baseball camp, probably I was like 11 or maybe I was like 10, 11-ish. It was called Lehigh. but all of the teams, and this was really cool, right? They had coaches, but they were all named after minor league teams. So like the Lookouts, and there was one with the Bees. There was all these different logos, and we got hats, right? But seemingly or another, every team that I got drafted on, and I wasn't like the superstar, I wasn't like the guy hitting home runs or anything, but every team that I got on, everybody wanted to be on that team. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was like kind of then I realized, like, I don't know, like maybe there's like something going on here. Like, well, what's going on? But I realized like I kind of like that personality. You kind of just have to realize that life is going to be life, right? And you have to laugh through it to get through it, right? And even at 11 years old, I think I just realized that, and people were like, "Hey, this guy, I don't know. We'll stick around until I don't know. He's weird. I mean, I am weird, so."
I got to agree. Scott is magnetic. I was like, I got to get to know this guy, because it's like something tells me when we get on Unhinged, it's going to be a little dangerous.
It's going down. We're not going to sleep. I don't know. It's on the Unhinged. It's going to be wild. I mean, we're going to have surprises. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have conversations deep into the night, into the morning. Coffee is going to be flowing into alcohol. We're going to be upside down. Oh my
There's
Lord.
alcohol flowing into coffee now. I already put Bailey's in.
Oh, nice.
And just like I said earlier in chat, she showed up exactly when I thought, and it was like 3 minutes before. Yeah, I know. I'm sitting over here sweating, going, am I going on by myself?
You're a big boy.
Done this to me before. She showed up like 15 minutes into a live, and I'm like,
I had problems.
It was fun. Okay. Back to the interview. Back to the interview. Okay. So what is something that actually, no, what part of Scott doesn't make the videos? So what do you, well, I know what parts of Scott, not those parts.
Oh,
well, I got to tell you, it is a little happy down there right now.
Boy.
So back to the question. What part of you doesn't make videos?
What part of me doesn't make videos? That's hard, because I am a really transparent human being. So there is not a lot that doesn't make the videos. I would guess I would have to say any anxiety or any, like, I would even say fuggles, but I mean, shit, Thursday and Friday night, I don't even know. I try not to put in the fuggles, but hey, we all fuggle stuff. So I guess I would say I don't know, the anxiety or the planning, right? I'm much like you, Matt, right? I like to have everything set up. So when, let's say, Wednesday comes, right, I like to have all my bumpers and all the videos that I'm playing ready, so I can just come in from work, relax a little bit, and then come up to the computer when it's time for me and Bill to go live, and everything's there. I don't have to load everything, be like, oh shit, we're about to go live in 12 minutes. Let me load this. What did I forget? No, I like to have it all set. Like, that just gives me too much anxiety, right?
Seems like 12 minutes before I'm asking Matt, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I had like another person that wanted to do that with me, I think we could kind of talk about the roles and responsibilities, but it's just me, right? So I have to take that anxiety away so it doesn't pour it over, right, to the camera, because it will, right? You just have to understand, right? It's kind of like that thing when your boss says, well, why you're late? Well, there was traffic. Well, just leave 7 minutes early, right? Just like sit down 7 minutes earlier and prepare yourself so you're not like, oh, right? Unless, right, you're someone that can just come in, or someone that already has the table set for them, which is, it's easy, right? And some couples or some pairs or some collabs already have that established, right? Like Bill, for example, right? Love Bill, but Bill already knows that he comes in, he knows what we're talking about, but he comes in and I'm doing all the clicking. Him and I used to share responsibilities, but we sat down and he's like, hey, you're way better at the clicking than I am. Let's just be real. The show will just run better if you do it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll take it. Right. And he'll send me images and videos and stuff. He's very good with that, because when you're working with other people, right, to get the B-roll and the media and the things like that, I'm like, I'm not just creating, hey, put Bill on icon of the seas going down the slide. Like, no, Bill, send me a video of you eating cotton candy. He's like, I got you. And boom, boom, right? And it's just communication, right? When you're working with somebody or you're doing something with anybody, let me just stress the biggest word and the biggest thing is communication. Communication will make everything fail or everything go forward. Just communicate with the other person. Hey, Liz, I don't have the thumbnail today. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to. Work got crazy. Boom. So she's like, okay, I got you. Otherwise, hey, she's waiting there. She's like, Thursday, usually the thumbnail. Come on, man. Come on. Let's go.
Where's it at? Yeah, no, we're the same.
Communicate.
I remind.
She reminds me of everything I have to do. And then that's her communication. It's like, you need this out there. And I'm like, yep, you're right. You are right. All right. So I do want to kind of switch back to some cruising here and just get some opinions from you.
Sure.
Please don't overthink these. Just, okay. So
One line or
one line, tell us what you think. So the most important one that I could think of was cruise ducks. What do you think?
Okay, so one line, the drunk side of me loves cruise ducks.
All right. I've
invented drunk duck hunting. It's somewhere on my page. It's in a vlog somewhere, but drunk duck hunting is definitely a thing. So fun.
So we decided we are bringing cruise ducks on Unhinged. Do you think we're going to be able to hide these well?
That thing is so sparkly. I love
it. Isn't it cool? Right?
I got it for him for Father's Day.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I want to slap a little logo on there.
That you had talked to us about merch, and I'm like, I think that's going to be our cruise duck. All right, formal night. What about?
Yeah, your boy does clean up pretty nice.
He does. I've seen the videos.
I do. So I do like me a good formal night. And guess what? Even if I'm not eating in the MDR, I'm still going to dress up because you never know. You always people watch, right? So
absolutely
show them. It's like a billboard, right? I always feel like it's like hey, this is
me. This is all right. Okay. Back. Drink packages. I know the answer to this one, but drink packages.
Well worth it for sure. I definitely, especially if I'm cruising Carnival, and especially if I'm going with my my buddy who works for Carnival, for sure, drink package.
All right. This one could change things. Kids on cruises.
Oh,
we're getting to know you today, Scott.
If they're like my nieces, like Ainsley McKenna or Kevlin, like okay, but like if like they're not like, and they're like crying and like snotting,
I'm with you. That's my opinion.
We haven't done Virgin, and I don't know that we will. Well, we probably will, but eventually. But kids, I'm okay with kids on cruises.
We just usually sell as the off season, like we try not to go in the holidays or the summer.
One is a fight in our house all the time, and we're hoping you can settle it. Okay, like I mean, every time we talk about cruises, this comes up: balcony cabins.
Ooh, first time cruiser, I'm taking you on a balcony. If I'm going by myself or with somebody that's rinse, wash, and repeat like Bill, or somebody that I've cruised with a million times, well, I'm going to cruise with Bill like twice, but either way, inside cabin, because that is the best sleep you will get. I promise you. Or if you're going to Alaska too, get a balcony. But other than that, box.
You don't spend a lot of time in there anyway.
You don't. You really don't.
You just made her day. I'm going to tell you, it is going to be a very happy 4th because I'm a balcony cabin every time. All right. Second biggest one, mega ships or small ships?
Oh, man. Okay, so definitely not smaller ships. So definitely you guys know my ick with the Paradise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cruise, like anything that starts with Paradise or ends with ice or is. No, don't say it. But the bigger ships, I mean, I'm not like, you guys might think that like I'm overly in love with these big, huge mega ships. And while they're nice, don't get me wrong, all the amenities, the dry slides, there's like a lot of things to do, right? I do find love for ships, smaller. I wouldn't say smaller. I would say like mid-size ships, like Miracle or like the Spirit Class or something like that, or even Margaritaville, like Margaritaville Islander or the Beachcomber that they're coming out with. Perfect size for me. Perfect. Put me on there with somebody that I know, even with somebody that I don't know, to be honest with you. But
you're going to know the entire ship by the time we're done.
I'm fine. Yeah. I don't need a mega ship, but I mean, I guess if there was no middle ground and you made me choose mega or small, I would choose the mega ship.
Well, I did notice you do have a video coming out today.
I do.
So give you a little opportunity to tell the audience about the video that's coming out today.
Thank you very much. Yes, that is. I didn't forget about it, but I did want to polish it up a little bit. It is a Mardi Gras, Carnival Mardi Gras full ship tour. I did forget the spa, I'm sorry, but the full ship tour, it's about 40-ish minutes. I was talking about putting subtitles earlier on an earlier show. I forgot where I was, but I actually put subtitles on it to do a little kind of like A/B testing. So it's a really good ship tour, to tell you the truth. I watched it, and yeah, you guys, I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy it.
Well, we definitely will be watching it because yeah, I know it's not Celebration, but we have not been on an XL class ship, so we're looking very forward to seeing this ship tour. So I was really excited when we were doing the homework. I'm like, oh, we got to talk about it. So
thank you very much.
All right. Buffets. Tell us what Scott thinks about the buffets.
Mid-20 sloppy Scotty, love the buffets. Give me a buffet. But you want to know what now? Like, 35-year-old, 37-year-old, 38-year-old Scotty, I really enjoy going and to the MDR or to a specialty restaurant or something like that. If they give you like a MSC gave us, we got to use one specialty dining or something like that. So that was really nice. But yeah, I'll always go to a sit down. Even if I'm not like dressed to the nines, I'll still put like a button up on or something like that, and I'll go into the MDR. It's a nice change of pace.
All right. So that answered my next question. So I got to skip.
But I will say, buffet, I will always take walking fries.
Walking fries all the time. Yes.
Always.
Gotta agree. All right. What is Scott doing on sea days?
Ooh. Okay, well, funny enough, okay, if you want to see what Scott does on sea days, okay, I actually put up a little reel on Instagram on Controversial Cruising where I was chasing Adam Gilbert, the cruise director, around. I believe that was Legends of the Lido or something like that, and I was chasing him around. He told me afterwards I scared the absolute piss out of him.
You were stuck.
Stalking people.
Yeah, where they tell you to take the animal and treat the animal like it's an animal. I said, oh, no problem. And I did it in front of everybody. So yeah, that's usually what I'm doing. I'm kind of looking for something to get into because obviously the sea day, there's so many activities and you can't obviously be at every single one. So it's just kind of finding the one that is the most fun and the most outgoing and that is just kind of going to put the smile on people's faces. And it's not bingo. I don't say the bingo.
I like that idea. I think we can do it. Stalking people is a good thing to do on sea days.
Well, I'll go back to my trivia.
Put it down in the notes.
Trivia is fun. I just suck at it, even though I host it.
We're not allowed to talk about trivia, Scott.
Oh, you're so.
Someone was not very happy with this past Thursday.
I was actually indifferent. You're the one that was feeling all hyped up.
Well,
we'll give her another shot this Thursday.
I got to say, for the American in the house to not know about America, and I'm Canadian, so he was like, how the heck did I beat you? Right. Anyway, so port days. What does Scott do on port days?
Ooh, one word: explore.
Explore. Explore.
Not exskirt. I usually don't exskirt unless I am cruising with my buddy Richard from No Pants Profit, because he always pulls some kind of excursion that nobody has ever heard. I'm like, where did you find this? Don't worry, follow me. And he's like, oh my God, we're like eating with pirates, or we're like scaling fish on the back of the mountain. Like, what the how did I get here?
She does that all the time.
Crazy
finds
stuff.
The weirdest shit we do.
I'm like,
He's like,
I would never. Nobody would believe me if I tell them I'm doing, and they're like, what? No. But if I'm by myself, or I would definitely explore. I'm going out and I'm trying to find the most authentic tacos, or I'm trying to get the best deal somewhere to bring back a magnet for Aunt June or something like that.
All right. So, casino, because I didn't see a lot of casino on your channel. I saw a few things, but I was like, is he a casino guy?
Okay, so I'm not really a casino guy. I will definitely put like $100 in the slots over a 7-day period or something like that, but I am not really a casino person. Now, when I do sail with Carnival Cruise Addicts, they help me understand the casino at the roots of what the casino actually is, right? Because I have a very addictive personality, right? So myself, blind, right, would go in there and I would lose my loincloth before the day one, right? I'd be gone. I'd be like, oh my God, I can't eat on this cruise ship. And so if I'm sailing with somebody who knows, like Chris and Liz, I will gamble a little bit more. But if not, I'm not really a casino person, and I'm not sailing on a casino deal unless somebody else, like let's say Uncle Dave for the Unhinged, he shared his deal with me. So I'm actually rooming with Uncle Dave for the Unhinged, but it's not my cruise deal. And I'm very transparent with that, and I'm very appreciative of it, but it's not me gambling it. Uncle Dave gambled or did whatever he did and was like, hey, come and room with me. But me, I'm not. I don't really have the budget to, unless somehow or another I go like this and it goes,
well,
bing, 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 and a first hand payout. I've never had a hand pay. I've never had a hand pay.
We are not, I say we're not huge gamblers on cruises, but Kat had this ability to, she's a research girl. She loves to research. So she went on, and it wasn't just casino, it was land casinos. And she figured out, hey, how am I going to get these things to pay out? We don't have a system, right? But what we did is turn $1,000 a year ago into 7 free cruises.
Oh,
So it was like,
well, because we go on some of the ships and we stuck.
yeah, and we just keep getting these offers over and over, and it's like $200 to go on this one. Sure, let's go. Right? It's like, absolutely. She has had to convince me that inside rooms are the best, but I don't care. Get me on a ship. All right. This is because this is truly about your personality. And I think you could be one of these guys. All right. Tell us what you think of cruise directors.
I like cruise directors. I have to say, throughout the years, there have been cruise directors that have definitely had an impact on me. Adam, who you'll see on the reel, is definitely one of them. More of so, like, not the more popular ones, just because I've gotten to sit down with them. And I wouldn't say that you don't not get to sit down with the Kendall Fires and all that. Like you definitely do. She's definitely approachable. But Joey, her boyfriend or fiance, I'm sorry, is one of my favorites. I mean, he is one of the most down to earth human beings that you will ever meet. Another one, Neil, who no longer works for Carnival. I actually sailed with him to Alaska for the very first time. There were so many, I don't like Neil, he's too flap up. Oh my God, what an amazing human being. And I thought he was a fine cruise director for Alaska with people that are like 70 plus. That is the perfect thing for him. That is what he is there for, to slow people down, right? So people like that, and I sat with him for like an hour and a half and we had coffee. Literally one of the most genuine human beings. When you meet a person like that, cruise director or not, when you meet another person like that, it's just, it could be life-changing, right? I still remember some of those conversations that I had with Neil, and I still talk to him on Instagram sometimes. And some of the performers and some of the other people that I meet that aren't cruise directors along my path, I also keep in contact with. There's a gentleman called Hayden Gary who actually he's from South Africa, and he plays the guitar. Amazing, so talented. And I still keep in contact with him to this day because he's a genuine, real, amazing human being, not a cruise director. And hey, hopefully he works his way up to the top guitarist in Carnival. But
that would be cool.
Just amazing, amazing human beings. And I think that you find that a lot with cruise directors, just because of how their personality is. They're outgoing. They're very approachable, right? So they're supposed to be like the face of the ship. But I would say a more hand over foot, they can change your experience. I wouldn't say it's the end all be all, but they can have an impact.
Sometimes I agree with that. And then there's sometimes on one ship we were on recently, I didn't even know who the cruise director was. And the Matt goes, "Oh, there's a cruise director sitting across the table from us." No, I didn't know who he was because he was so low key.
Low key. Yep. All right. So we're going to lean in for this one. What is, come on in, Scott. Come on in. What is the biggest, and you probably told this before, but we need to know. How big is it? What is the biggest, holy crap, cruise moment you've ever seen?
That I've seen or like that I've actually witnessed?
Or you've been a part of, and you can't use the pole dancing because we've seen the pole dancing. You've seen the pole dancing. Everyone on YouTube has seen the pole dancing. We stumped them, guys. We stumped them.
No, I'm just trying to think if I should tell this one. This one's pretty bad, but it was also so long ago. Okay, so you got to stick with me on this one. If I'm going to tell this one, you got to stick with me. Okay, so this was like, I don't know, early 20s Scotty. And my friend had met someone in the club, and they were back in doing the Flintstone thing, right? So Scotty was out roaming the ship, doing the thing, and probably shouldn't have been out later, because I always say, don't. Nothing good happens past midnight, right? This was like well into like the 2 a.m. hour. Somehow or another, right? I ended up doing some bad things with a lesbian. Okay, that has nothing to do with it, but bad things, right? Starting with D, okay, ending with Uggs, okay. But they weren't mine. Okay. I found my way back to my cabin. Nothing happened. I didn't jump overboard or nothing crazy, but it was definitely something that I will never do again in my life. That thing-ish, that knowingly, I did not know. Okay, so I was drunken. They were also drunken. I had thought when I processed what they had told me it was going to be, it was actually not, because the left and the right brain weren't firing. So I was like, yeah, I've done that before in college. Like, do that. It was not that. It was right. So, we made it back. Apparently, so did Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, and the toilet was talking, and a whole bunch of other things. And my roommates at the time, and the girl was still there too. It was no longer in the picture. That was just like a one-night stand. But they were watching after me and recording me. And oh my Lord, there is pictures and things that will never surface on the internet, I promise, for my own integrity. But yeah, that's a story that I've never ever been able to share. And yeah, 22-year-old Scotty is vastly different from 38-year-old Scotty, and that is definitely the most wild thing I have ever and will ever do on a cruise. Period.
Are you sure about the video? Because I may have found something.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not do that to you.
And it was okay. So it was like circa date flip phone. So I know, like, if you had it, like, it was literally, we had these where it was like the video was like analog digital. So
right.
2009.
Like a bad episode of Cops.
Yep.
12 or 13 or something like that. We're talking like, I don't know, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. Oh, won't do that again.
I hope we're not getting too personal.
No.
And I am glad you've been so transparent. I know from the people that we've been responding, they're liking the questions. So.
I don't think anybody has ever peeled back this layer. I feel like an onion. I feel like how you should dress in Alaska. I feel like I'm getting hot. I'm feeling off.
And being interviewed by a beaver.
That's true.
All right. So what is your most embarrassing creator moment?
Ooh, most embarrassing creator moment. I mean, I guess I would just have to say early on, and I guess this is kind of a learning experience for any early on creator. You're going to hit bumps in the road. Things are going to happen. You're going to press the live button. Things aren't going to work. Bumpers aren't going to work. StreamYard is going to do the thing where you go up with the mouse and it goes down and you're like, right? it's going to happen, right? So you just have to remember, right? These are all kind of learning things, and you will get better. And you can't get frustrated at the little things that you don't really have control over in this technological microwave society in the world that we're in. Right? You just have to understand sometimes it is what it is, right?
I got to learn that skill because I still get, there's been times where I walk off a live stream and I'm like kicking, I won't say the dog, but
You never kicked it.
I have never kicked the dog. Please, put up
That
this.
was my baby.
Yeah. What's the one story that you've never put on YouTube?
Oh, the one story I've
Not
never.
on YouTube.
Yep. Because I promise we will not share it with anybody. You are in a safe space right now, Scott. So what's the one story you could not put on
Let
YouTube?
him think. What?
I mean, I don't really think there's anything that I couldn't really put on YouTube, right? I mean, it's just obviously that it wouldn't fit. What's one thing that I could? I don't know if I have anything that I really couldn't put on YouTube. Obviously, there's things that don't make sense with niche related content, but I don't think there's no like secret part of like Scotty, like I'm not like a CIA agent, like on Saturday mornings or anything like that. But I guess really kind of like, okay. So I guess if I would have to say what you guys don't see or what I wouldn't put on YouTube is anything work related, right? Because even though some of my jobs would be associated with, funny and ha and right, because one part of me does work at a dispensary, right? But I am very still in that aspect. I'm still very sales minded. I'm very serious, right, at my job. So it's not something that I would necessarily put on YouTube, right? I might create or record a short, but you would never know that I was at work. I would just be doing it because, right, it was there. And the coffee machine, I recorded a short with the Keurig because I don't have a Keurig, right? And it had to be a funny moment. I needed a Keurig, but you would never know that I was at work because there was no signs, right? Something like that. But I would not go and put my where I work or record and say, oh, this is, content. That would not be something that you would see on YouTube.
So this one's for, again, that creator, Scott. What was the biggest surprise when someone, there he is. Perfect. What was the biggest surprise when you were first recognized on a ship for being a YouTube content creator?
Okay, so that would definitely have to be with Richard from No Pants Profits for sure. Early on, I mean, I definitely made a name for myself, but early on, myself and Richard, we had cruised together. We actually cruised to Alaska for the very first time. And his people and my people, Dustin is a perfect example. Dustin is now the head bartender at the Sea Wave Lounge, had come over. It was somewhat of a seemingly easy collab, right? Because we both are single cruisers. We're both around the same age. We both like to be funny and outgoing. And the captain's hat, actually, the reason why I adapted the captain's hat is this is actually a gift from Richard from No Pants Profits. And you can't actually get the adult size anymore. It only comes in the kid sizes. Okay. So I would say when I was on a ship with him, they noticed him, but then they also said, wait, you're controversial cruising. So I think that was the step back moment for me where I was like, okay, like I'm really going to do this thing, right? And even if I branch out, which I haven't cruised with Richard in a while, that's just my PTO. It's not that we're not talking or anything, because we're getting a lot of comments like, oh, you guys ever going to cruise together? We are going to cruise together again. But it was really that, honestly, that I had to take that step back moment and say, okay, if I'm going to do this, there are going to be other people down the journey that are also going to recognize without Richard, right? This is, you're either going to do this and be a channel, or you're going to turn it in now and just be like, hey, I'm the skipper, I'm the accomplice, right? Because there's supporters and amazing supporters that would never be creators, and they just are there, right? And to be like an accomplice, right? So you had to decide, do you want to be an accomplice or do I want to be a creator? So I decided to be a creator. So thank you, Richard, for that. And all of the creators too, along the journeys that I've had, but he was definitely very early on when I was pretty much by myself.
All right. So this kind of lines into that. Has there ever been a moment where Scott almost said, no more YouTube until it's done?
Yes, because I think we all have that moment, right? We all have that moment. I don't think it was as serious as like I was at the button and say like delete, but I will say there was a heavy thought of forever canceling Thirsty Thursday trivia. Okay. And that was after the very hard transition of coming out when, before Denise actually, I had Jimmy from the Astute Tourist. He fell ill and I did not have a co-host, and I wouldn't say scrambling, but I was filling in back and forth. And it was at that moment that I was actually having weekly friction. It was something that was causing friction every single week to look for a different co-host and make it refreshing for the people. And I actually had a conversation with Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts, and I was going to just can the whole thing. And then I had a discussion with Embarkation Nation because they were the first co-host of Thirsty Thursday ever. They helped me launch it, and I was going to try to get them back, but their schedule was just too much. They also have a child, a young child too, as well, Chloe. And I was like, Liz, I'm just gonna pack it in. And, you know, she supported me through the whole thing. She said, hey, if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. But I ended up finding Denise, and we ended up I wouldn't say rebirthing. We just kept the train going. And now it's 50-ish people strong every single week that are waiting for Thirsty Thursday. So, I mean, if there was ever a time that I was thinking about stopping YouTube, it was around that time. And if it was Thirsty Thursday, I don't know if it would have affected and changed the match game and Cruise Talk Live. I don't know if I would have ever truly ended those things. Maybe I would. It was a low time. I was not really feeling. There was not a lot of views. There was not a lot of things, and that was to do with me and my efforts that I was putting in. But yeah, there was definitely a moment. And if I have to say, just keep pushing through. Every creator that is at that moment, please just keep pushing through.
Keep going.
There is another idea. There is another moment. There is another video. I promise you. Okay. And put it out, product it, and just make something from nothing. That is what we are here to do, right? AI aside, right? Make and create something that you can call your own and be proud of.
Well, you're making me almost tear up here, because I know for us, that moment for me came about 3 months ago. 3 months ago, I was 9 months into the channel. We actually just discovered the live community 3 months ago through DC. And I was at the point where I was like, why am I doing this? I'm just spitting into the wind. Nobody's watching it. You know, and I kept saying, I'm not doing it for anybody. I'm doing it for my kids. I'm doing it for the grandkids. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit. And I'm like, okay, I might quit. Because it's a lot of work. It's time, it's effort, it's energy. And speaking of that, how much work goes into your videos? Tell us about a video for Scott.
Yes. So you're kind of alluding into this. Okay. So one, I'm going to piggyback off the live community, right? Not that I don't love the lives that I do and the spot that I've had and adapted to, but if I can help any early creators on this platform, okay, do not get yourself stuck in to 4, 5, 6 lives a week. Okay. Lives are not what is going to boast and boost your channel. Okay. It is standalone content. Look at content creators like your favorite couple. They are pumping out videos faster than I can poop. Okay. Oh my God. And it's amazing content. They're on every different ship every day, right? And it's standalone videos. Virgin Voyages, Scarlet Lady. Guess what? Scarlet Lady has been sailing for 3 years and it's evergreen content. People are watching that video right now. Evan at Sea, another person, right? Evan, Family at Sea, another person pumping out evergreen content. That is what is going to boost your channel. I recently, for the first time, I don't know why I'm peeling back this layer, but I peeled back the layer of the fogginess in my eyes, and I finally looked at what my videos were actually earning me, right? Because I've always said, to a point, right? I am right now, or up until now, I was pumping all of the money back into the channel, right?
Mhm.
Giveaways, Thirsty Thursday, right? Postage, this stuff all costs money, right? Probably in the negatives, to be honest with you, right? But I recently took a snapshot and looked at my studio, and I had another conversation with Liz. I said, Liz, did you realize that well, she wouldn't realize, but my MSC World America ship tour made $123 to date. She was like, yeah, you never looked at that? I was like, no. I was like, standalone content. And then I, looked at my lives, and yes, super chats and all that is fun. And and it is there, and it's there for entertainment, right? But you look at the ad side of a live, $1.50, $2. And it's like lives that are, have 200, 300 views that I'm like, oh, this was a great live. And yeah, while it's a time and a place, but that live is not going to keep you going. That ship tour is going to keep you going, right?
Mhm.
That review of Ola Tacos is going to keep you going. That sit down with Chris and Liz, like 10 dislikes of the Carnival Pride that is still going out right now. That is what's going to keep your channel going, right? So it doesn't really matter how much time you spend on a video, but make sure you're pumping out videos that are going to be evergreen, that are going to sit on your channel, that people can go back to and reference when they want educational side of YouTube, right? You type in and you search when you want education, right? When you're bored, you go do this, right? For entertainment, right?
Mhm.
You have to understand the algorithm that hits, right? What you want when you hit a social platform. What are you there for? Education or entertainment?
Two different things. And hopefully you can do a little bit of both at the same time.
Sometimes you're lucky enough. Sometimes you can be, yes.
Yeah, so I gotta absolutely agree. I actually DC convinced me of that. I gotta say that guy has made my
Yes.
he's a really awesome
Smart
dude.
guy.
Smart guy. I had been sitting on ship tours for months and months and months. And like, why? Because they're a lot of work to do, to do the editing, just a ton of work.
The perfectionist in you.
And I'm like, everybody has ship tours. I don't want to be the same guy that just puts out another ship tour. I want it to be different. And then DC's like, no, Matt, do it. Just put one out.
And that's what
And I
I've been
did.
you for months.
I
You're
put
like,
it
I
out.
want to be the same thing.
I put it out. I'm like, okay. And then I looked over this past month and I'm like, that's my number one video.
Yes, sir.
It's my number one video. I'm like, the Luna, the one we just went on, the Luna is the number one video. You know what the number two one is? The Harmony of the Seas. I'm like,
That's right.
Galveston, the
Like,
port one is
what, and I'm like, I like those videos. They're good, but I like doing this too. And I'm like, I got to make more shit.
But it's also not about what you personally like. It's about what other people are coming to your channel for. And I've always said, this is like my number one golden rule for social media, right? You don't have to recreate the wheel, but you can make another version, right?
A different wheel.
A different wheel, a smaller wheel, a fatter wheel, a wheel that has spikes so the mosquitoes don't get. You can make any wheel you want, but you don't have to recreate the actual wheel itself. Okay.
All right. So now let's get into how much footage do you not use? I got to know, because I'm sitting on like 5 terabytes of unused footage. And is that a normal thing?
Okay, so there is footage that has not been released because it's either a short, it's either something that I have forgotten about, but vlog wise, there is never a piece of vlog that I'm not going to use at some point, because if I've vlogged it, right, I've already pre-thought that this is going to be a piece of content that I'm going to put out, right? A vlog on a ship that I'm talking about, right? So there's not much that I don't, but what I will say is I will always take a moment within, or a few moments within recording a vlog, to turn my phone the other way, or use my phone if I'm not using my phone for the vlog, and record a properly put like this, okay, properly, okay, 9:16 for a short. So when I come back home and 3 weeks later, when I want to drive some traffic to that short and I have Greg dancing at Celebration Key, right? I put a little bit of Kung Fu fighting over it. And then people are like, oh my God, right? And you can actually see that piece in there because I've also recorded it this way. I say, hey, Greg, can you do that again? Right. And then I record it this way. And right now you drive some traffic and it doesn't look like if you put this way video on a short, it looks all funny. You can kind of stretch it and it just doesn't do it. So you have to, as a creator, think of these things while you're in the moment, because you can't go back 3 weeks later and be like, oh, I should have recorded Greg going down the slide. It doesn't happen like that. You got to be in the moment, right? And that is what it takes to be a creator, right? To think about that. Like, how am I going to drive traffic, or how am I going to, people call it self promote. I call it drive traffic. How are you going to drive traffic, okay, to your source of media when it's not instantly posted or it's not a premiere, right? How are you going to do that 3 or 4 days later, right? Without saying, hey, click and watch my video. Hey, watch my video. Hey, click. That gets old, right?
Okay. How much of other content creators do you watch?
Oh, a lot. So I only have YouTube. I mean, okay, so I have Netflix. Oh my God, I have to change that password. I have Netflix. Somebody has it. Okay, so I Netflix and Hulu. I share with my mom, but I don't really go on those. My mom has Hulu because it makes her happy. Okay, so I pay half of it. But Netflix and Hulu, but I really don't watch those, to be honest with you. So it's mainly 99% YouTube, and it's all just content creators. Now, what I will do when I come home from work, I am a sucker. Okay. When I'm doing things in the kitchen and making dinner, I will watch a live, right? And I am a sucker for following the live schedule. I definitely reference Eddie's schedule of the day multiple times a day because I forget, right? Oh, who's on at 5? Who's on 4? I will do that. But when I sit down to watch creators, yes, we all have our creators that we're comfortable with and we watch for sure. But I will also go and force myself to both people that I follow and also the For You page. And I will scroll until I find a thumbnail that is enticing enough and it has nothing to do with who is on the thumbnail. I take the bias out of it and I'm like, oh,
gotta check it out.
Oh, what is that? Right? Because that's the natural reaction. And that's also for me to learn and be like, okay, well, why did what was it about that? Was it the text? Was it the reaction? Was the person like, was it like what they were eating? Was it because I'm going to Las Vegas next week? I'm not, right? And it just so happened to say Las Vegas. What was it about that caught your eye? Right. And now you can kind of learn and say, okay, I'm going to try this in my next thumbnail. Or I'm going to try this approach, or I'm going to do this. Right. But you don't get to do that if you just fall complacent into, hey, I'm gonna watch Cat and Matt. I'm gonna watch Carnival Cruise Addicts. I'm gonna watch the Cam Fam. I'm gonna watch Uncle Dave. I'm gonna watch Trisha. I'm gonna watch Texas Cruiser. Right? I watch all these people. I do. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you also have to see what catches your eye and who is doing the work to make you want to watch more.
Yeah, because he'll go out and he'll like, what is that? Because I'll watch random and I'm like you, what catches my eye? I'm just like,
what are you watching? Where did you find that? There's like, all right. So have you ever regretted uploading any content?
I wouldn't say ever regret, because I am never a person to ever live in regret, right? But you can always learn, right? I would say that there are pieces of content that are on my page that probably should have been members' content. But you always battle for this. Like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. When the original JT, who had on the match game, she does a cooking challenge every year. And this is another part that actually a lot of people here do know that I am a cooker. I like to cook, right? A home cooked meal. I like to do different recipes. So when she comes out with her cooking challenges around the holiday, okay, Captain Controversy, actually it's not Captain Controversy then, it's Scott, okay, likes to really kind of, we like to cook things up. So I've participated in her challenge twice. And now I wouldn't say that I regret putting it on my page, but maybe it should have been members, because there's not really like, I didn't really find a way to properly tie it into like a cruise related or entertainment related. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I don't think it ever negatively affects your page, but it's kind of learning, right? Maybe I should have made it members. Maybe I don't, right? Because I always have that battle with like, now I want JT to see it. Maybe she's not a member, and I'm not forcing everybody to be my members, right? Shit, I don't. Sometimes I don't got $3.99 for you. I'm sorry, I don't. Okay, so you battle with that, but no, is there ever anything that I regret putting out there? No, absolutely not.
Comments and just a little bit. Is there a comment that just irks you, pushes your buttons, or hard to ignore?
No, because everybody is entitled to their opinion, right? Because you put yourself on this platform, people are not going to like you, right? Everybody is not going to like you. So every comment, whether it's bad or good, but if it's derogatory, like it's like a spam comment and it's like the obviously derogatory, yes, 100% those got to go. But if it's something about me, oh, the funny doofus in the captain's hat, I always reply back. I'm like, yeah, the biggest doofus on YouTube on Thursday and Friday. Like, yeah,
check it out.
Check it out. Like, yeah. None of those hurt me. You got to have a tough skin. You got to know that those in the long run are actually helping you or more than they're hurting you. And, everybody's entitled to their opinion. So, hey, you want to think that I'm a doofus? Cool. Come and join the doofus club. Comes on Thursday and Friday.
Now the Beaver Club.
My worst one was you're boring. And I'm like, what? I dress up like a fucking beaver. How the fuck can I be boring? Right. And that one got to me a lot. I was like,
I'm like, why do you care?
Like, why do you care? I'm like, all right. Has YouTube ever stopped being fun for Scott?
During that point that we were talking about earlier, where I was thinking about canceling Thirsty Thursday, when there was that friction, when there's inner friction, right? And that's just not like YouTube. When there was a lot of inner friction going on at that time, but when there was like that friction of coming up to Thursday, right, not Tuesday, and I was having this anxiety about Thursday, right? That right in there was just, I knew that was not good, right? So that was either a fix it moment or a quit it moment, right? So that was the real pivotal point in the changing. So I would say, yeah, you just have to learn from those things, right? And really either poop or get off the pot, really.
Right. Do you want to do it? Or should I do it? Are we going to do it? We got to do some rapid fire with you, Scott.
I'm down. I love the rapid fire.
So this is quick. No explanations. One answer only. Choose one cruise line forever.
Not very rapid.
MSC.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say Margaritaville, but they haven't proved enough. If you would have asked me like 3 years from now, when they have like all their stuff like in line, I would say Margaritaville, but I have to say MSC right now. If I'm going forward, but if you asked me 10 years ago, definitely be Carnival. So,
all right.
One itinerary for
Alaska.
Ooh. Why?
Alaska.
Love Alaska. You don't know the people until you visit Ketchikan, Alaska. Oh my God.
Scott, Canadian, Northern Alberta. No.
Love it.
No, thanks. No.
Love it. Hearts of gold out there.
I agree, but that's like too cold. No, thanks. One port forever.
Ketchikan.
Ooh.
One MDR milk.
We're stumping them. We got them stumped.
Or there's lots of options. So don't get stumped.
Got it.
If they do the filet mignon on the filet mignon night, baked Alaska. Wait, is that a meal? Baked Alaska. I'm going for it.
I agree.
Calories for a meal.
Yep.
2 pieces, please.
Yes, 2. Is there a limit on 3? Do I have to pay $5 more?
No,
Just saying.
That's fine.
All right. One specialty restaurant forever.
Specialty restaurant. Oh, what was the name of that? What's the name of the Italian one on MSC? Oh my God, whatever that name of the Italian one is on World America, that one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we haven't been on MSC yet, so we're gonna
phenomenal. Oh man, no, that place was good. It wasn't. No, Butcher's Cut wasn't that good. It was definitely the Italian restaurant on MSC World America. I know it's on the other world ships too, but on World America.
I'm gonna ask Kat that same one. Which one is it for you?
What?
One specialty restaurant forever.
You asked me to think this early?
Yes. The Beaver is asking.
I probably do
Beaver
Central
cabinet.
Park.
Central Park 150.
Oh,
Le Bistro on MSC
And NCL.
or NCL. Thank you.
Wrong.
Yeah, I've got MSC on my brain. I do. All right.
What piece of cruise gear forever? Like, what is your must-have?
my one must-have. Well, I guess it's not really cruise gear, but everybody knows that I bring my own little pour-over system for coffee. So if I do not have that to start my day, it's gonna be a pretty rough. And I don't drink the cruise ship's coffee. It's not not up to the captain's standard. So I will definitely have to say that if it's a personal piece, if it's a cruise-related piece, I would say and this is a good piece of advice for anybody now, but my RIFD passport holder, I keep some of my important cards in there too, and they also have their own RIFD sleeves. Because nowadays you just never know. People are just weird. My dad recently got he didn't even have his card out, and I think somebody tapped his butt or something like that, and they had fraud and took they tried to take $33,000. They didn't get it or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. In this travel world nowadays, I'm I never really believed in the RIFD thing, but yeah. The passport, I guess, doesn't really need to be in it, but it is a passport holder. But it has slots for the cards that you can't tap. The RIFD is that thing that that the hackers have told you can't hack this card, whatever.
All right. So, as a creator, what's the piece of content gear? One piece forever. That's it. This is the only thing you can use.
Content creators, this is a big tip. Wireless microphones, Bluetooth microphones. No, it's not the video. Guess what? I will watch a bad video all day, but
You want to see engagement go poof, the moment that audio sucks, right?
Yep.
I 100% agree.
Or this is learning too, right? You're like, hey guys, this is great. I love being, and then you open the door, it's like, oh my God, what the hell? And they're trying to talk, and they're like, it's like, dude, just get a windsock, man.
Yeah. Just put the little fuzzy on there. Come on. Right. Little fuzzy guy. All right.
What's your one drink? And I think possibly I learned it yesterday, but
chugging it, tequila shots for sure. If we are 38-year, I keep saying 38-year-old Scotty, definitely old fashions for sure. Any type of different kind of old fashioned smoked or something like that. I don't really like the smoky, but something light like the oak that I had last night. Oh my Lord. That's why I had a third.
We gotta agree because loves old fashions, and that salted caramel one last night was just oh. I'm like, I so picked the wrong drink. I was like,
I told him to stay out of it.
Yeah. All right. So this one's probably going to make a whole bunch of people in the audience mad. Okay, it will. I know, because you're right. You got to lean in for this one, Scott. One travel companion forever. I told you it's going to make somebody mad because they're watching and you're not going to pick them. And we bring you the real Scott. See, you're about to find out.
Okay. Can I pick male and female?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so female, Aunt June, 100%. Aunt June for sure, 100%. And this is it. If I have an opportunity to go with a new cruiser, well, that's not the question. The question is one forever. Aunt June, right? She is awesome to cruise with, independent cruiser, right? She'll do her own thing. She'll also come and hang out with that is the perfect cruiser. She keeps the room nice and neat. Oh my God, when we had the Aunt June, when we had the Jack and Jill bathroom where it was you had the bathroom and the other bathroom, I gave her the bigger bathroom, I had just the mini bathroom. It was delightful. I love my aunt to pieces, and I would cruise with her every day of the freaking week, and Uncle Brady too if he was there. But sometimes with his aunt. I keep saying aunt. With his job, he can't always travel, so that's why Aunt June sometimes calls me. Now, male-wise, cruise forever. Yes, I would. You might think that I would say Richard from No Pants Profit, but I would probably be, my social battery would probably be drained by March if I started out in January, because that dude, oh my God, he travels and does more things and goes to more. I think he was in like, I was watching him on a live stream at like 3 a.m. He was in like Tunisia or something. I'm like, what the fuck? Right? So no, I could not sustain myself traveling for the rest of my life. I couldn't. It would just be too much excitement. Believe it or not, for Captain God, too much excitement. Love him to pieces, and I will still travel with him. But I would have to say, if it was one person forever, it would have to be Bill from Armstrong Adventures.
Greg, Greg, did you hear that? That is recorded forever. Greg was like, he said he'd be okay, but I think I just got a text. He's crying.
Now, I'm not choosing couples because they have their others, right? And it wasn't that I was choosing Bill because he was single. But again, right, I've roomed with Bill, and he is much like Aunt June, very much an independent cruiser. Right. And when you are going on a cruise as a content creator, Bill is a content creator, and June is not really a content creator. She's a supporter. Right. But when you're going on and you're getting in this mindset, right, it's very nice to share a space with someone that is independent. Right. There's a time and a place. Like, I love taking new cruisers on that they ask, oh, what's this? Or their reaction to the ship for the first. That's what we're going to be on. I love encapsulating all that, right? But if you ask me every single day, you're a full-time content creator, who would you cruise with? Aunt June for sure. Make your life 100% easy. Or Bill, also make your life 100% easy. Just go off. He'd do his own thing. He'd also be in your vlogs, and Aunt June would be in your vlogs if you wanted him to, but they would, boom. And both also keep the room absolutely spotless, which I am also. I wouldn't say I'm a neat freak, but I definitely,
we are neat freaks. Believe it or not.
Gets me a little bit. Yeah.
It's like we've got packing lists and cubes and hooks, and it's crazy. Yeah. Okay.
You got to.
You have to. All right. Easy. These are softball ones. Sunrise or sunset?
Oh, I am a good sucker for both, to tell you the truth. So I love, if I do end up splurging for a balcony cabin, I always love having coffee on my balcony and watching the sunrise, because I'm always up at 3 p.m. in the morning, no matter where I am. But if there is live music somewhere with a good old fashioned and a sunrise and sunset, oh my Lord, sign me up, Sally. I will sit there till the sun goes down, and give me another old fashioned too. Oh my Lord, sucker for live music and a sunset.
And the most important, because we all of us mostly fly in. I know you do. Mm-hmm. Window or aisle? Are you a window guy, or are you an aisle?
I like the aisle, because I feel like sometimes when you're in the window, you have to, you don't really express your need to pee, because you're like, oh, I got to ask this guy who's sleeping and the other guy who's like has boogers on his face to move, like, oh. And then sometimes they don't move. They do this, right? You're like, oh, can I go pee? And then they do. You're like, you want me to sit in your lap, Richard, to go? What is this?
Climb over.
What am I, like a mouse? Like, oh my God.
Okay,
yeah, I don't know.
Let's be real. It depends on who it is, right?
Yes, of course.
Like, I'm just saying, there are sometimes you want to climb over, but
sometimes.
Okay. So we're getting close to the end.
Okay.
And I want to thank you, because you've been an amazing sport through all this. You didn't know I was going to dress up in a beaver costume. I am sure you thought, what the fuck is this guy doing? But we do want to know. I'm going to take this down for a little bit, because not only am I sweating through, I think Katrina is now like going, okay, you need a shower. But what's next for Scott? And not the Unhinged, but what's next for Scott? What is the cruise beyond Unhinged? What is the one that you are looking forward to beyond?
Oh, good question. Good question. Then I'm going to answer this one that Trisha has. What is my next cruise? So right now, to be quite honest with all of you, I am not looking at another cruise until the Unhinged, and that might surprise a lot of you. Now, there may be a surprise pop-up. And if it was a surprise pop-up cruise, it would most likely be on the West Coast, and I would most likely be hitting up TJ's destinations, and it would probably be a little bro cruise, right? I've never actually met TJ I've never roomed with TJ, excuse me. So I think that would be a good opportunity. It would be cheaper for me to either drive or fly, but I still, unfortunately, still don't think that is still possible. I think myself, Scott, has to really buckle down financial wise. I really think I have to get serious here within the next 6 months, because this right now, believe it or not, whether most of you realize it, this is the most anticipated time where the match game crew is actually preparing everything that is happening for the Unhinged cruise behind the scenes. Okay. And that is between meetings and talks and things about budgets and all of these other things that are going to bring the Unhinged group cruise to life. Because we really do, all 6 of us there, I just put myself with somebody. All 5 of us really want to make this something that you guys will never, ever, ever forget, right? I know the cameras are going to be rolling. I know people are going to be having fun times, but this is going to be something that is going to be things that we're going to be talking about 10 years from now. Okay. So this is what we really want to bring. And I think if I took myself out of that and tried to go on another cruise, I think that would be selfish of me to take my energy and my thoughts away from Chris and Liz, Greg and Michelle, and all of the 133 people. I don't know. I'm just saying it's really like 111, but I just said 33 because my favorite.
It works.
But 113, we'll say 113 other of you, because we really want to set the table. And I think that putting our energy and thoughts into what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, not just what we're going to do, right? Because it's a good thing to poop out an idea, but then you actually have to follow up with it and execute it. But yeah, there's this is going to be a crucial moment for the next 6 months. And I don't think that it's going to be smart for me to go anywhere.
Okay. So then what is your bucket list cruise?
Oh, bucket list cruise is probably when I grow up and I'm like, Bill's age, I probably want to do like a river cruise. I want to go to like Ireland and maybe do a river in Ireland and take my first international flight, because I know you can't just like take that from Arizona. Wish you could. But yeah, probably a river cruise in like Dublin or Ireland or something like that. But if I had to stay here, I would definitely go to like that like Boston cruise. What's that like New England cruise?
I know what you're talking about. I do. I didn't think it was going to be turned.
I have some college friends in Boston too, so I would probably see them and then take the cruise out of Boston. Maybe see Jimmy from the Escape Forest. He's New Hampshire.
Now it's going to be on my brain for the next 2 hours. All right. Okay. Bucket list ship. What is the ship that you most want to go
on? Probably that new the new MSC one that's coming out. MSC World Atlantic, right?
World Atlantic. Yeah. That one looks pretty amazing. Like just we want to go. We almost went on World America instead of the Luna, and we had a great time on Luna, but I really, really want to get on MSC as soon as possible. All right.
Looks gorgeous.
Okay. So this is my last question. I'll make it an easy one. There's no pressure here. This is the easiest question he's going to see all night. Where do you see controversial cruising in the next 5 years?
I mean, I still assume, and I still see myself here on this platform. I definitely see more standalone content because I've definitely been stagnant in that category. So you will definitely see some more standalone videos. I don't know if I'll be doing as many lives 5 years down the road. Of course, I will always ask my audience what they like most. Like, let's say if we had to eliminate either the match game or Thirsty Thursday, believe me, we would definitely poll. But yeah, no, I still see it pumping 5 years from now. I see it more. This is what I've always kind of wanted with the channel after I decided that I didn't want to do become a travel agent. That just wasn't early on. That's what I want. I was like, connect the dots. Scott's gonna be a travel agent, gonna be great. I'm gonna be make millions, blah, blah, blah. No, for me, it was a personal decision. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Now, what really lights me up about cruising, right, is taking someone on their very first cruise. Like I've taken Keone, you see that video on my page. Okay, I've taken a ton. My friend Aaron on his very first cruise, it was like second cruise, but his first cruise, okay, and taking all of that footage in and actually seeing that true reaction of someone go, oh, that's what we're gonna be. Is the food free? And like encapsulating all that. Like I love to be like the bumper for someone to be there and ask the questions and take them through it. So I always thought, hey, how awesome would it be if there was some sort of like hub or company, right? Myself, that would take first time cruisers on a cruise with them, right? And somehow or another, I have to work with a cruise company with this, right? But take them on their first cruise, encapsulate everything, right? Not be on top of them, but just taking everything that they're really experiencing, but also kind of be there if they need, because that's the thing that really lights me up about cruising is sharing this wonderful thing with other people and then them going out and being like, hey, I just went on this really cool cruise. Do you want to go on one next year? It's like, he's already talking about it. You just got to like toe dip into the little, dip one little toe. I love helping people dip the toes in the water. So if
we got to do that with the Luna. We had 11 people from the family, and there were some of them that were first time cruisers, and my God,
loved it.
For me, it was the gangway moment as they're looking up at the ship, going, "That is really what we're getting," and it's like, "Yep." And it got real. There's nothing like it. Absolutely.
So as we're wrapping up, Scott, I know Matt said last question, but I had a question.
Last question.
Sure.
Now, ask your question. I'll find Trisha's question.
I think she was asking, like, when do I get to relax? Like, after everything that I'm doing, when do I get to actually sit down and be quiet? To be honest with you, it's most of the time Saturday afternoons after work, Sunday after work, and Monday after work. I have my alone time. So most of the time I am lucky enough to have a job where I'm able to work on my YouTube at certain times at both of my jobs. And I typically, when I'm sitting at either one of those desks, I happen to work better at work. I know that doesn't sound right, but I happen to work better at work working on YouTube than I do here, because I find myself watching other creators on YouTube when I'm home. So yeah, that's really when I have the time, when I can sit down, I can watch you guys. Like, okay, perfect example. When am I myself, Trisha? When I'm watching The Usual Suspects. Okay. I used to be up there every single Saturday with Eddie. Well, almost every single Saturday. And I started, my live journey with Eddie. Okay. He pulled me up on this 12-hour live. Jeremy thought it was a joke. He went to bed. He came back. We were still live. And he was like, what? You're still here? Me and Eddie. It was like 13 hours and we'll say 33 minutes, 13 hours and like 33 minutes or something like that. And that was the very first Usual Suspects when it was on a Friday night. And
I can't imagine 13 hours. I know the longest I have now done it with Eddie is like 4 hours. And I'm like, okay,
time for bed.
How are you guys still going? And then I'm watching as I'm going to bed and it's still going and still going. And I check in the morning, it's like 6.5 hours. I'm like, how do you guys do that?
Well, watching you guys last night, for instance, Greg and Michelle, right? What the hell? They wanted me to come up there, but I wanted to sit and relax and watch you guys. And I got to watch you guys. And that was my time to recharge and relax. Okay. I was eating a slice of pizza. It was great. I was laughing my ass off with you guys. It was hilarious. That is the recharge time for me, Trisha.
There you go. All right. What's your question, my love?
So as we're wrapping up, And we covered a lot of different topics today. What is the one thing you hope someone watching this by the end of the video learns about you?
Love that. Just be genuine, right? In this world where we have to wear so many masks, YouTube should not be one where you wear one. Okay. You should be who you are behind the camera. And if I meet you in person, okay, transparency, okay, is going to build loyalty to your channel. Okay. The more you show up and the more you show up as a genuine human being, the more people are just going to want to sub, right? You're not going to have to ask people to sub to your channel or watch your videos, right? I very rarely ask somebody to sub to my channel or watch my videos, right? Because you have other people doing it for you, right? Hey, I know this crazy guy who wears a captain's hat on Thursday and does trivia, right? People are texting people right now, right? I don't have to do that, right? When you speak for yourself, right, and you let the genuine person speak for yourself, you don't have to ask people to watch, sub for sub, or playlist or anything like that. So just be genuine and be who you are, and don't ever be afraid to be your genuine self.
Being yourself.
I like it. And on that note, I am going to give you the stage for a few minutes to tell us exactly what you got coming up this week. So everybody, let's say hello to Captain Controversy.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong person.
Yeah.
Nope. Hello. I'm failing miserably. Never mind, Scott. I can't do it. I don't know how you do it.
So, okay. So for me this week, okay, we have a full schedule. I have my wonderful podcast on Monday morning. The Conscious Cruiser is back in full swing with Elisa from Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, who was in here, and Chet from Sea Leg Journeys. We will be having a podcast on Monday morning at 8:30. That goes off on Spotify and also goes here on YouTube as a live premiere, so you guys can be in the chat. Cruise Talk Live will be Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern with Bill. Love Mr. Bill. And we will be talking about a hot cruise topic this week in the cruise community. And then Thursday, we have Thirsty Thursday Trivia. I believe I will be bringing a special co-host. Stay tuned. And then Friday, we do have another episode of the match game. All of the stars will be in a line, and we will be there for your Friday night hijinks. Now, I do want to say one other thing that is special and is coming up, and I haven't said it on any other live except last night if you made it all the way to the end. And I told everybody, okay, if you made it to the end of this live, I was also going to tell you there is going to be a Captain Controversy Summer Classic. Okay, that is not tied to any creator. Okay, I am going to put out a jot form. It is going to be the first ever love and marriage, okay, hosted by Captain Controversy on YouTube. Okay, you must be a couple to enter. Okay, and it will be newlyweds, it will be middle, and it will be 30 or 25. We'll go 25 years plus. Okay, there will be rules and stipulations. It will be on the jot form. And if you decide, oh, I can't do it or whatever, you just don't enter. Okay, and it will be all randomized. So you can't say, oh, you chose Greg and Michelle, or oh, you chose CCA. No, it's going to be randomized. So everybody that's in the newlyweds, I'm going to put it up and we'll do a little live or whatever. And I'll hit the it's Trisha and Patrick. Okay, you guys are going to, okay, so you guys know that we're not cheating. I don't know exactly what month it's going to be, but it will be before the summer ends. There is a lot of pieces and parts and moving things that have to be put together, but that is the hottest thing to look forward to. And I promise you, when that happens, it will be probably a Friday night where the match game's not going on. But whether it's not, it is going to be a thumbnail that is posted, let's say 2 weeks, 3 weeks in advance. Okay, so you guys know that it's not like, oh, what's this new thumbnail tomorrow? No, it will be posted. We'll be talking about it and all that. So that is what's to come. That's a big teaser.
All right. Wow. So guys, you heard it here second.
That's exciting.
So, yeah, no, it is. It's really, really cool. Scott, just want to say thank you again for coming on today. I know it wasn't what you were expecting.
Oh, yes. I love it, man. I love it.
But we do appreciate you taking the time this morning, especially after match game last night. We had such a great time with you guys. Love watching your content.
Thank you. Likewise.
And it has been a true honor to share a little bit of your 4th today, because it is the 4th of July. We did want to say happy 4th.
Happy 4th. Yeah.
Everybody out there, be safe today. Have a lot of fun. If you can, drink a lot of tequila.
If you do, get a designated driver or use Uber.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes. All
Be
right.
careful out
And
here. Until next Saturday, we'll have some coffee. And
actually, we got an announcement. We
we do.
will not be doing
I don't know about
lives this week. Yes, both Miss Katrina and I are traveling. We're going camping this week. We are going to see our grandkiddos in Washington State. So there will be no Ship Happens Raw this Wednesday or Saturday, but we will be back to our regular schedule right after.
And
I'll be wearing Bucky onesie for the next. I'm not taking it off. So, but until we see you guys again, you know what happens, right?
Yeah.
Ship happens.
Happens.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great 4th.
Another show's in the books. Another night talking ship, cruise chaos, bad decisions, good memories, and probably a few differing opinions. It's exactly how we like it. Seriously though, thanks for hanging out with us. Whether you're planning your next cruise, already counting down, or just escaping real life for a little while, we really appreciate you being here. That's what this community is about. Real people, real cruise talk, the stuff cruisers actually talk about after dinner, at the pool bar, or standing on a balcony. No polished travel ads, no fake hype, just the good, the bad, and the absolutely ridiculous side of cruising. And honestly, that's the fun of it. So wherever your next getaway takes you, we hope it's filled with good people, strong drinks, ocean breeze, late nights, and stories worth talking about long after you get home. Until next time, keep cruising smarter, not harder. Good night, everybody.